Hello and welcome to DCC Model Railway Signalling. In this video we're going to talk about DCC programming. And the good news is the application comes with a DCC Programming utility built in. So if we click on Utilities and click on DCC Programming, it brings up our programming application. And you've got two sections to it. The first section is the one-touch programming. Which is supported by quite a few of the signals and point decoders on the market. And you normally have to either press a button or on the decoder or connect two contacts together to put the decoder or the device into one-touch programming mode, and then you just send it a single command, which is a DCC address, and it's either on or off. So for example, if we had a train tech signal that we wanted to program with a base address of 100, we'd just configure it like that. We'd connect the DC signal to our accessory bus. We need first to connect to the SPROG DCC commander, switch the DCC power on. Now touch the two contacts together with a piece of wire to put the signal into programming mode, and it should normally flash to show it's in programming mode. And now all we do is we send a single DCC command, and that should do it. You know, the signal should now be programmed and it will now respond with a base address of 100. The second part of the utility is for programming more complex accessory decoders. So for example, the Signallist SC1. Now, we actually have a default configuration file provided as part of the examples. So if we load that file in, just click the open button, configuration examples, and you can see all the CV configuration files are .cvc. So we'll load that up. And the Signallist SC1 has quite a few CVs you can program. But what I've found is I really can get away with the minimum subset of these 5 CVs here. So CV1 is the lower address bits. CV9 is the upper address bits. So they're the two that we need to set for configuring the address. 192 is the mode, and we need it address mode. 33, we just need to set the default mode for the decoder. And CV38 controls the decoder type. And the decoder type of 8 gives you 8 individually controlled outputs, each controlled by their own DCC address. And I've found that that is ideal for some of the more sort of complex signals that I need to control, because you can effectively assign one address to each indicator, each LED on the signal. So if we connect the SC1 up to our DCC supply, now the important thing to note, if you're using CV programming, you must disconnect everything else. So make sure that the accessory bus is disconnected from the layout and is only connected to the decoder that you want to program. But once we've done that, we should be able to read the CVs. So if I just click read CVs, and it normally takes quite a time to do its thing, but then you'll see the red values from the decoder just appearing here. We can now program different values if we want. So for example, if I want to set the base address for this particular decoder to 1, I can put a new value in there. And if I click write CVs, and programming tends to be much quicker. And you can see that they've all gone green, which means that it's succeeded in setting all those CVs. And if we just set that back to 5, and then well, no, before we set it back to 5, let's just make sure that we've actually programmed it correctly. So what we'll do is we'll read the CVs again, and you can see that, yeah, a value of 1 has been set there. So we'll now just set that back to 5, and we'll write the CVs again. Read them back finally, and all is back to what it was before. Once you've finished with your configuration file, there's a sort of text box here where you can sort of enter just a bit of documentation for a particular decoder or configuration, a few notes. And then you've got all your usual controls there for saving the configuration file. And these are all saved and loaded independently of any layout configuration. This is purely for configuring the decoders. And the important thing to know is it's not just for DCC accessory decoders. You can use this application for programming your sort of train decoders if you want. All you need to know is what CVs the decoder supports, what they are, so you can sort of just add a few notes in, and then connect them up. Read the CVs, you'll see the values, and then you can program them to whatever you want as required. And that is it for this particular video. That's a very, very brief introduction to the DCC programming utility. Thanks for watching.